Hello, welcome. You are on this channel for a reason. You came onto here because you're seeking something, right? This is a video that is going to be a part of maybe 2-3 other videos. What I'm trying to do here is raise your vibration. Raise your vibrational standpoint, right? It's a very spiritual term, but the thing with fitness, mindset, health, spirituality, relationships, fuck everything, happiness, it's all interconnected. You affect one, it's a domino effect. Affects the other one, helps raise the other ones. I had some notes here, but I don't fucking need that shit because it's all in my head, you know? The notes are just shit that I wrote down from my head. So anyway, we're gonna get started. Before we get started though, I want to ask you to please leave a comment or give a like if this video brings something to you. Don't do it right now. Do it afterwards. If it brought something to you, do it, please, because it's gonna help the channel a lot. It's gonna bring awareness, and if that means that more people will learn what is going on here. Anyway, so essentially when we want to raise our vibration, we want to become more, we want to become more successful, we want to grow, right? If you're not growing, you're dying, right? Which one do you want to be? You obviously want to fucking grow. You don't want to die, right? This is what tends to happen. This is a chart. This is infinitely goes down, infinitely goes up. Well, let's say you're right here. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow. You know what? I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm gonna quit cigs. I'm gonna take responsibility for my shit. Get my finances right. And you start doing good shit, and it raises your vibration. But then, because we're stuck in a paradigm, we're stuck living with specific frames, we haven't changed our paradigm. We haven't changed our view on life and about ourselves. Then, we go back down. Our vibration lowers again. We go back into the bad habits. Why is that? You want change? You want life-lasting change? Or do you want change for a month? Obviously, I know the answer you're seeking for 1 month. You want lifetime change. So what does it take to get there? It's very simple. It's a change of frame. An example of this is, vegetables don't taste good, so I don't eat them. That's one frame. Compared to another frame, which is vegetables aren't the best tasting thing, but I eat them anyway because they're good for my body. You see that? Do you see that? You just switched that thought, right? So after this, you're gonna have some homework. It is to write down your frames. Things that you want to change in your life, you need to write it down, and you need to write which one that you want to have. One frame that I'm not gonna say that I hate, but I feel so sad for people when they're in this frame, is the frame of victimhood. The frame of, I'm a victim, something was done to me. I was born like this, I was born into this family. My father was an alcoholic and he abused my mom and us, and I grew up not confident. I grew up poor. Diabetes obesity runs in my family. It's easy for me to get this addiction runs in my family, and that's why I have it now. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Oh, I was bullied. Shut the fuck up. No. Fuck that frame. Fuck that viewpoint. You're not a victim. This is what you're gonna do. One of the frames, I'm gonna tell you one specific one, is things don't happen to you. They happen for you. People are like, oh, why is this happening to me? I'm going to my job and now my car, it's not working. Shut the fuck up. It's not happening to you. It's for you. It's a test. Everything is a test. See it that way. Because if you don't, you're gonna be a fucking loser. You might even say, well, this is just who I am. Alright, well look, let me show you something. I don't know how zoomed in the camera is. I want to show you the chart of consciousness, right? So, I don't know how far I have to move. Anyway, we start at the bottom, here's the top. Right here, around here, we have neutrality. Then you have anger below that. Above neutrality, you have things like love. Most of us are stuck in the lower realms. We got apathy, depression, anger, courage, neutrality, acceptance, reasoning, love, joy, enlightenment. I think that's how it goes. You want to raise on the scale, right? Basically, you're gonna change your frames, right? And when you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at change. Let me say that again. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And they'll change because you will have raised your vibration, right? You're gonna get out from these lower vibrations, you're gonna go into the higher ones, and you're gonna attract different things into your life. But the only way that you can do that is through massive responsibility. I know a lot of people who are watching this video, and they're not even gonna write their frames down. They won't. I can guarantee you. I don't know if that's who you are. I hope you're an action taker, because if you're watching this, that's at least some form of action, and I want you to take some action on these frames. It's gonna take responsibility. Let me tell you some of my frames. I have them on a piece of paper. I look at them frequently. I repeat them in my mind. One of them is, I have the right to speak to whoever I want to. That one's very important, because whether it's about business or it's just like that cute ass fucking girl and you just want to talk to her, fuck it, right? I have that freedom. Another one that I have is, I am the life of the party. I am a fucking party by myself. I feel good by myself. People feel better when I'm around them, right? Another one, you can do really simple ones like, I am confident. Do other ones like, I am smart. You can even say that. You can say that to yourself, because a lot of times we're told that we're dumb, we're told that we're useless and worthless when you're young and shit, and you feel very weak. Being a child is kind of hard. Us adults, I don't know if only adults are watching this, but adults, you usually reflect on their past, their childhood, with a sense of, oh man, I wish I could go back to the simpler times. It was so easy, da 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 da. It's really not. Being a kid is not easy. You're very vulnerable. You don't have that much power. You don't have that much responsibility. You don't have to take care of families and shit. But your whole fucking world, it's intense being a kid. And this is what you don't want to do when you're writing your paradigm, when you're writing your frames, is you don't want to say, I don't want to be fat, or I don't want to be dumb, I don't want to be weak. You want to say, I want to be strong, I am smart, I am confident, I am a warrior, I can conquer my problems. I can conquer anything life throws at me. The reason you want to stick to the positive and get away from the negative is because when you say, I don't want to be fat, your brain, this is your subconscious, I've done so much studying. I've read like 20 fucking books. 20 fucking books, bro. In the past like 2 years plus, hours and hours and hours. When I say hours and hours, I can guarantee you I've watched at least 100 hours of videos in the past 2 to 3 years. I'm on like specialized knowledge. So when I tell you this, I mean it. I say it from a point of experience, and I put it into practice as well, right? So your subconscious, it does not register the don't. It just reads want to be fat. It doesn't say I don't want to be fat. It says I want to be fat. It does not register. Your subconscious just accepts it. It does not say, doesn't know the difference between 100 and a million. Doesn't know the difference between poor, rich, fat, skinny, ugly, beautiful. Your subconscious does it. It just takes it. Your conscious, that's the one that registers shit like that. But your subconscious, it doesn't. So that's why you don't want to use the don't and use the positive aspect from it. And you also want to stick to only positive shit. Look for the positive in everything. In everything. I'm not saying be positive all the time. What I am saying is look for the positive in everything. Because there is. That's why our dark side, you have to go inside of your dark side. Into that pain. Into your struggle. That shit that you know that keeps you up at night. I want you to go into that. I want you to find the light inside of that darkness. Because there is. And if we don't go into that darkness, we won't find that light. And you need to find that light. Because that light is what's going to keep you pushing. That light is what's going to give you knowledge. It's going to give you enlightenment. It's going to help you grow. Growth. What else I got here? Said a lot of stuff. Anyway. Another part of this is your why. You need to add this to your frames. You have 2 homeworks. Your frames, I want you to write at least 30 frames. And that seems like a lot. If that seems like a lot, then get the fuck off this video. I don't want losers watching this video. I want people who want to grow. People who are ready. If 30 frames seems like a lot, get the fuck out of here. If you're ready to do 30 frames, you do all your 30 frames and read that shit every single morning, every day when you wake up. I want you to go through your frames. And that's what's gonna push you out of that. You wanna be stuck. Do you wanna keep coming down here? Do you wanna get being pushed down here? Cause this is what you think you are. So that's where you stay. So you need to rewire your brain. Your brain is like a muscle. It's not a muscle, but it's like a muscle. So it needs to be trained. You want to grow? Do your frames. And also, I want you to write your whys. Why are you doing this? You need to have very strong whys. And not just 1, not just 2. I say between 3 and 5 is very good whys. Those are you can always go back to those whys when you're struggling. Why am I struggling? Why am I struggling? What is my reason to be struggling? Because you're always going to struggle. A life without problems does not exist. There will always be problems. There will not be a life with no problems. No struggle does not exist. That was a problem I used to have. I was very existential. I was like, fuck, life, all these problems. What am I going to do about life and shit? But see, it's always going to be a problem. There's good problems and bad problems. Warren Buffett loses 100 million in the stock market. Damn, 100 fucking million. Shit, bro, that's a lot of fucking money. But you know what? I would much rather have that problem than that beggar down the street who's not taking action. Because there's beggars who actually do take action and are able to get out of that struggle. But see, you don't get to that position of being so low if you think a certain way, right? You have to be thinking a certain way to pull yourself, to drag yourself down. And I'm not saying all of these beggars, but I'm saying some of these for sure. It's the same with like millionaires. You know, not all the millionaires work really hard to become millionaires. Sometimes, you know, they just want it, like inheritance or lottery, but born into it, right? So, you know, anyway, I'm going a bit off track here, but that's essentially the end of this video. So remember, I want you to do your frames, and I want you to do your strong whys. And at the same time, go over this video again, once, twice, I would say 10 times. 10 times minimum. If that seems like a lot, well, let me explain to you why you need to do 10 times. Because when you watch something, unless you were taking notes, which when you take notes, you only take in 20%. But every time you only take 10%. So imagine you're taking 10% here, 10% here, 10% here, 10% here, boom. You get there. You finally understand, you conceptualize everything that I'm speaking about. So you gotta go over and over again. Because if you only watch this once, you're only gonna get 10% of the knowledge. And I spoke so many amazing things. And I want you to conceptualize this. Anyway, if you like this video, shit, thanks. Cause it took me a lot of fucking struggle. It took me a lot of pain to get to where I am now. I am in a point in my life when I have the most amount of peace that I've been. I have the most amount of joy, the most amount of love. Because there came a point where I understood that. This is like a dream. This world is like a dream. And I'm the master of this dream. And the more that I realize it, and the more that I put into action, the more I have control. You take 5 pebbles every day. I want you to grab 5 pebbles every single day. You grab 5 pebbles for a year. Damn. You got a shit ton of fucking pebbles. 5 times 365. You have a whole fucking road. Now that's one year. This is like one year out of your whole life. 1 year. That seems like a lot of time, but 1 year is very small compared to your whole life. So now imagine this. You got a big ass road here, a big ass road another year, and then another year, and then another year. God, you got your own highway, you got your own world. 5 pebbles a day. 5 pebbles a day. You won't get there instantly. That's the thing, you won't get there instantly. You're gonna have to go through that pain. You're gonna have to suffer until you get it. And then after you get it, now you have another form of suffering. But basically, it's an endless life of suffering, but you choose what kind of suffering you want to get by raising your vibration. When you raise your vibration, you have raised your awareness of yourself. I want you to watch your thoughts. What are you even thinking about? What is coming into your mind? What are the things that you're saying to yourself? If somebody were to go inside your brain and listen to what you were saying to yourself, actually not your brain, your mind, 2 different things. If someone were to go into your mind and listen to what you were saying to yourself, would they like that? Would they like to vacation in your mind? Would they? Are those nice words that you're speaking to yourself? Are you the one that's calling yourself a piece of shit? Are you the one that's calling yourself worthless? Are you the one saying that nobody loves you? Are you the one telling yourself this? Are you the one that's keeping yourself down? See, because usually These aren't our words. This isn't what a child thinks. But those are the words of other people who have projected their feelings about themselves onto you when you were little. Your brain was very vulnerable, and you conceptualized that. You took in those ideas that you weren't good enough. And now, I'm telling you to take some responsibility and realize that that is not who you are. You are not worthless. You are not ugly. You are not useless. You are a beautiful spirit who has come to earth. We're not our bodies. We're a spirit inside of this body, a ghost if you will. And we're trying to understand the world here. We came here for a reason. Read this in the Quran, read this in the Bible, read this in the fucking Torah, read some fucking ancient books. That's out there. People who do, there's a lady who does specific meditation. She puts you in a state of higher vibration, and then she'll start asking you questions while you're like in this like entranced phase, and she's like, well, why did you come to Earth? And like she has like 16 books on this, bunch of transcripts of people saying that right now the Earth, the people here, we're raising the vibration. Vibration is growing, and we wanted to be a part of it. So your soul chose to come down to earth. I know that seems very crazy, but it's the truth. The truth is stranger than fiction. But anyway, thank you. Thank you for listening. I appreciate this. And I hope that I've had a tremendous impact. And I hope that you take massive action. And you have massive awareness of yourself. And you have massive gratitude. And you have an appreciation for your world. Because when you show an appreciation, you cannot receive until you begin to give. So first you have to have gratitude for the little things that you have. And then bigger things will come. When you have that gratitude. And I'm grateful that you watch this. And I'm so grateful. And I can't wait for more people to watch it. I can't wait till 1 million views, 2 million views, 10 million views. Fuck it. 1 billion views. Damn. 1 billion views. And you're gonna help me spread the message. Because it's an amazing message and you want other people to share this. Because you want other people to know it. You want the whole world to raise in vibration. Thank you. Peace out.